Hi class, welcome to another tutorial on CS384. So we are beginning now module 4. In module 4 we will look at functions. Functions or methods, you can call them anything, or definitions basically. So why do we require functions in the first place? So what happens many a times when you have larger pieces of code, you require few kind of operations that are need to be repeated. Okay, so for example, let us say a very simple example. It can be like, for example, whatever the user is entering as an input in the text, you need to convert everything to uppercase. And let's say you are asking father's name, mother's name, their own full name, siblings if any, okay, the name of the country they are residing in. So you are taking 4 5 fields, and whether the user enters as lowercase, mixed case, or uppercase, you want to store in your file as uppercase only. So one method is that when you take all these 5 inputs, okay, you basically convert everything into uppercase by writing the same line of code again and again. Another method is you convert it into a function and then call the function. Okay, so this will be the very introduction lecture to functions. So first we will see how is the syntax defined. Okay, just let me comment the other part of the program. So this is the basic syntax of any function in Python. Remember in C you used to have something of void main, void addition, and then you pass some parameters. So here we define the function name with the keyword def. Keyword means you cannot use this as a variable name. So def and function name. Function name can be anything that you want, and then you have the parentheses. See, these are the round parentheses, and you can pass parameters. This is optional. You may or you may not pass parameters. Then there is a function in Python which is called as docstring. Docstring means document string, which says, okay, you need to describe what your function does here. It is again optional, but it is always better to define so that when other people read your programs, they understand what your program means. Then you define the function body and then you specify the return type. Do you remember in C we had int the addition or void main or something like that sort? Python is advanced enough that you need not specify anything here. It automatically determines the value of the expression and returns the return type. So enough of definitions. Let us bring to you a example. Okay. So here I am having a definition called define print me. Okay. So print me is the name of my function, and I am passing one parameter here. Okay. So you can have even a function without any parameters that we will see just shortly. This is my doc string. This is the print. This prints a pass string into the function. This can be anything. For example, a usual practice is to use triple quotes and ending triple quotes. This function prints anything on the screen that is passed to it. Okay, this is like the help of the function. So what I'm doing, I am printing this parameter. You see this parameter is same. This can be any name, this can be any name. I'm written this parameter so that you realize that this can be even, let's say, apple, okay, or anything which you feel like. So let us keep it toy. So this has to be toy again. So now coming back to the main part, now I'm calling the function print me. See the name print me, you can see these are highlighted automatically. So in the print me, I am passing this. This is the first call to the user defined function. Why user defined? Because Python does not know what is print me, right? So for example, if I cut this and I have something called print me, see you're showing this underline, undefined variable print me. Python does not understand. Let me run the code. It will give me an error. No name print me defined, right? So let me keep the definition of the function. And now when I'm passing, this is the first call to the user defined function. So what happens? This string, right? This is the first call, basically gets passed into this argument toy, right? This passed to the argument toy, and then toy basically stores this particular thing. And now when I'm printing the value of like print toy, nothing but this gets printed on the screen. Let me execute the code and you will get a clearer picture. So I forgot to add our standard statement, import os, os.system. CLS, and if you are on Mac and Ubuntu, it will be clear, right? For Mac/Ubuntu. So this basically clears our terminal for every execution. You see now, when I execute this code, the print me function was called and it printed. This is the first call to the user defined function. This is the first call to the user defined function. Again, this is a second call to the user defined function. This is a second call to the user defined function. Okay, now let me write another function. So let me define print me underscore v2. And let us say this takes two parameters, p1 and p2. And it will do again the same function. The first parameter is, let me just print the value of first parameter. And for the second parameter, so I'm using a shortcut here, shift, alt and down arrow key. So that duplicates a line. Shift, so I'm anywhere in the line, I can just do shift, alt and down arrow key. It will just duplicate the line. Okay, so now I'm having a function print me v2 and I'm passing two parameters. So I'm just copying this stuff, selecting and just copy, just use Control C, and I'm passing two parameters. So let me pass 10 comma, let's say Joker. So now what it will do, it will call the print me function, right? Print me function is here. 10 gets copied to P1, Joker gets copied to P2. It's more like respectively copying. Okay, so in the function, it will then print the first parameter. Sorry, the first parameter is this, the second, and this is the second parameter, P1, P2. So since return is again an optional thing, even if you don't specify return, like let us not specify return here, so it won't return anything. So let us now again run the code. So you see, initially I called the function print me. There is no specific order. I can keep my print me version to above also. So there is no specific order of specifying. The only thing you need to remember is before you call print me, this function should be defined above this line. It can be here also, it can be here also, it can be anywhere. It should be just above this line. So print me, as now you know, I am passing this string, it gets copied to toy, it prints toy and returns. So basically I'm not returning anything. So you can even remove the return statement here. Again, second call to the function, it is printed as it is. And now finally what I'm doing, I'm calling the print me version 2. I'm passing two parameters, 10 and Joker. So 10, okay, let me just reduce some spaces here. 10 gets copied into P1 and the first parameter is, this is printed as it is, and the value of P1 is printed. So what was the value of P1? P1 is 10. Similarly, now I am having Joker. Joker will be copied to P2 and the second parameter is P2. Just keep a check that I did not return anything here. So return, even if you specify, there is no issue. It's like a blank return. So when I execute this code, you see, these parameters are like this only. I can again call the print me underscore 2 function. And let's say this time I am passing Apple as the first parameter. And I can even pass a list that you saw last time. I hope it executes. See. So Apple gets copied to P1 and I am passing a list here, list 1, 2, 3, and the list gets copied as the second parameter. So in Python, you can pass anything to the function. You can have list, functions, you can have variable names, constants, static, strings, anything. So this was a basic introduction to Python functions. How do you define it? What is a docstring? Okay, so we will see more advanced usage of Python functions in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.